All right, what's going on?
What's
What
up?
See wifey.
How you doing?
Yeah, we're taking a walk
Enjoying this weather.
and talking about Derrick Jaxn.
Okay.
All right, so that's the hot topic right now. So thanks to Derrick Jaxn, fellas, we have to go through this again.
What do you mean thanks to him? You have to go through this again.
We have to address this.
The black man don't cheat.
The black man don't cheat. He has a t-shirt on now. Somebody already painted on him that this black man cheat.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what do you think about this whole thing with Derrick Jaxn? Did you know him before?
I've seen a couple of his videos, and I think I actually watched them with you. He sits in the car.
With me?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh,
him
maybe he
before
was
you.
talking about something hot.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
about celebrity or something.
He would talk about celebrities, and he would, encourage women or tell them to dump whoever is. He used to say some things that I thought, okay, that makes sense.
He made some points.
He made some points.
And then he was quite a bit judgmental too. A lot of
yeah,
ways.
but I didn't follow him like that.
At least that's what he said.
Yes. So for me, this is what I'm thinking in my head. You know when they say practice what you preach. Right. It's really, really tough for most people to do that. But unfortunately,
so as people, we always preach that. Is that what you're saying? We don't follow what we preach.
We don't follow what we preach.
Is that applicable to us too? Because we do these videos here.
We try as much as possible to follow what we preach.
Well, because we're not judgmental.
And we
try not to be judgmental.
We try not to be, because we want to come from solution standpoints, because, marriages do go through stuff. Even relationships, you go through ups and downs, you go through a phase where you're not attracted to your spouse or, all that stuff. But we try to have tough conversations about this situation because we don't want to be in this kind of situation. And I feel like the truth of the matter is sometimes you get a high level of success that you cannot handle the attention that comes with it. And I think this is one of the problems. No, I didn't say that, but I'm saying that might be one of the problems for this guy. And I don't want to advocate for his behavior because his behavior is totally trash. It's very sad. Just for me, I'm thinking that what can we learn from this situation?
Okay.
What I can learn from this situation is the higher you go in life,
the harder you can fall.
The harder you can fall. And you have to be accountable for your actions. You're preaching and encouraging people to, women to leave their trashy relationship. Little did we know that your wife was going through the same thing. Right. And for me, one of the things that I learned, I'm a Christian, but also from a Muslim background. There was one thing that I learned from a cleric one time. It says, no matter how good of a man you are to outsiders, God does not care about that. But how good are you to your family, to your wife? Are you a good man? Are you a good woman? Are you going through those, what you said you will do for your marriage? Are you doing it? Some people, you know what Yoruba people say? Adarani tama daranile. That means you're good on the outside, but you're bad on the inside. This is a clear case of that. When I was watching the wife speak, she was talking about, she's been dealing with this for a while, and she tried to, understand him, and his mentality is just off. That she tried to just accept it, but she couldn't. Okay. Like, this is a behavior that's been going on since their relationship.
And when you say behavior, you're talking about what behavior?
I'm talking about cheating.
Okay.
So they've had like infidelity.
He has wandering eyes.
He does have that. To the extent that you have a bachelor's pad. How disrespectful is that? So I don't want to...
What's wrong with having a bachelor's pad?
As a married man?
Yeah.
There's everything wrong with that.
So me and you can have bachelor's pad in the downtown. Me and you can just hang out in downtown New York City anytime.
It's not going to be bachelor's pad. It's going to be our pad.
I just said that.
No,
it's not bachelor's pad.
Bachelor
this is our pad.
It means something different. That means you're single. You're allowed to do whatever you like. But whatever you're doing, that it doesn't even have to be. Anything you are doing, and it doesn't have to be infidelity, anything that you are doing that your spouse, that you can't brag about in front of your spouse, that's just what cheating is. It's not until you sleep with somebody else. You know that I'm not proud of what I'm doing, and this thing is wrong. It's cheating. It could be just looking at pretty girls' stuff, and you're kind of ashamed of yourself. Like, why am I lusting after this person like that? You're already cheating. Don't talk of you're now sleeping with the person.
Why?
I mean, according to the
what
Bible,
makes it cheating? What makes it cheating?
the fact that you actually know you're not supposed to be doing that, but you're
What makes it
indulging.
you're not supposed to be doing that?
Because
Whose
you're-
rules is that?
I mean, according to the Bible.
Oh,
You know, all this kind of situation, you're supposed to flee. There's a reason why the Bible says flee. But some people think they are strong enough. They say maybe it's a friendly pussy. Friendly pussy, pity boy, or maybe your dick is friendly.
No, you missed that terminology, baby. You're throwing terms around. We don't understand it. Friendly pussy means you are hanging around something enough, and then it becomes friendly pussy.
And then you fall into it.
You've had.
Well, clearly there's no boundaries there.
It
That's
becomes.
why
It doesn't start at friendly. It can become that.
it can become that, and that's why you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in place as married people. You
All right,
can't
so
operate the same way.
I'm not
you
a
operate
big.
as
I'm
single
not a
person.
big fan of using the word boundary too much, because when you draw boundary, people will try to cross it by default, because there is a feel good that comes from
Crossing
secrets,
that, yeah. crossing the
from
boundary.
secret, from breaking rules. There's a feel good that comes from that. So the next time you feel emotionally inadequate, that may be the next place where you'll be looking for a feel good, because it just feels like, hey, because I will do it too, right? If you expand that boundary out, then you're just expanding. It won't feel as good if you cross it, because it's not a boundary.
Okay.
That's
But
how
you have to be
secrets work.
grounded. You might not want to use the word grounded.
Why
but
should
what
the real
grounds you?
question for someone
Because you're human.
for someone that's judging Derrick Jaxn right now,
I'm not judging.
right? If somebody says he lacks discipline, he's just a cheater, right? Okay, yeah, so I get it. You're not a cheater. That's good, right? That's a good thing, right? He should be disciplined. Discipline is also a good thing, right? But for you as an individual, why would you be disciplined with respect to this particular thing? There's got to be a purpose.
There's so much benefits that I reap from being disciplined.
That is you.
Me personally.
But for certain people,
Yeah.
right? They may find themselves in a position where the question, why should I be boundary for this? Because again, remember, it's with respect. The reference point is that particular relationship. A woman can find herself in a position where she questions, like, there's nothing for me to be protecting here.
Right.
So we're missing the purpose, and when you're missing purpose, discipline goes out the window, right? Nobody is trying to be disciplined just because they want to be disciplined.
No, there's a benefit to it.
You will
know?
feel like that.
There's a bigger picture.
Yes, there's a bigger reward,
Right.
right? For you wanting to be disciplined. If you don't identify what that is,
Right.
you will fail.
Right.
So for him, I from what I could see, he got very popular. He became very powerful. He can do all kind of things. Yeah. So
invisible.
So never mind what he was preaching.
Right.
It was just a human being
Right.
who was exposed to too much power and options.
Attention.
Right?
Attention is real.
And he probably wants to be disciplined too, but he couldn't be disciplined. I mean, look at what he says. That's how you know he probably wanted to be disciplined. Right? That's coming from still a place. But he couldn't be because he was probably missing purpose. He was probably missing the ability to comprehend
the power he has.
The power he has.
It's too much.
To comprehend what could happen, what he could possibly destroy, or what he could possibly lose if the power was way too much. Right? So I don't know if that's what happened to him, but instead of me even worried too much about what he's gone through already, what his family has gone through, and they're trying to pick up the pieces, like you said, we should worry about what's the lessons we can get from this. Right? The lesson is that when we're running our mouth, let's just identify that as we're running our mouth.
And we're human beings.
We know what is right and wrong. That doesn't mean we're not going to do wrong sometimes, including when you eat that food you're not supposed to eat, that you know is going to blow up your stomach the wrong way. That's cheating.
Cheating on your body.
Oh yeah, that's a gross comparison. Well, I know. I get it. But the point is that so you could say things that you mean, but you could do the opposite if you're in a very weak position. And we're human beings, and that happens. So how do you make sure you don't become a victim of a weak position? Identify your purpose. It's a long term. Identify your purpose so you can stay in the game long term, because the reward long term is greater but the reward in the short term, when we breach contracts and we cross boundaries, is great. Let's not get that twisted. If I can go behind that thing, that thing I know is nasty. If I go behind that thing right now and smash, God forbid, Jesus, in that moment in time, I could be in a position where that's a good thing, short term.
It feels exciting, but
but what about the long term repercussions of that?
Yes.
Since it feels exciting, it's gonna be greater because I can get addicted to the secretive feeling that comes with that.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna be addicted to something wrong, and then it's only a matter of time before I get caught.
Yep.
Right. So I'll just say the only thing it did wrong, as I said on our wall, is that in the past, the only thing it did wrong, right, it was it was preaching absolutes at people when he wasn't even living that life.
Forgetting that people are humans too.
Especially that wasn't living that life.
Absolutely.
There's no absolutes in life. It just doesn't exist, right? People are just people, right? The only thing he's doing wrong right now is Shalaye. Him and his wife, they need to stop explaining themselves to people that never cared enough to realize they're humans in the first place.
Right.
To people that bought into the absolutes.
Yeah.
If you are buying into absolutes, either in the name of religion or not, it will fail you. Because people just don't work that way.
It doesn't.
What you need to understand is purpose. Purpose is what will make you do the right thing. If you don't have purpose, you will throw out the right thing when it feels good in the short term.
Yes.
Because we're humans and this flesh is weak.
Flesh is weak, flesh is weak.
Yeah.
But we pray for him and his family. Hopefully, him and his wife will be able to get through this because it's very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough. And this
prayers
world,
up for him.
people need to have empathy for this family.
Because I think
it's not only about this guy, it's about his wife and his beautiful children.
Yeah. Because I think they're gonna come out on the other side greater than he could imagine.
Yeah.
Because
if they do the work.
Yeah. I think he can come out because he knows what most people don't know. In terms of the pain you'll be going through right now. Right? So you may think you're beating him down right now, but with such level of pain and the public scrutiny and the shame, right? In a weird, twisted way, it actually can be a beautiful thing if, like she said, if you work on it.
Right.
All right. See you on the next one.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Yes.
Go right now to lolaandola.com or getmymarriageback.com and download the book for free. You need to read the book 10 to 15 times. Okay? I'll see you on the next one and peace.